So I'm going to show you how to order these free test kits. I'm going to show you on the computer, but it's going to look almost exactly the same on your phone. So however you're doing it, phone, computer, tablet, it's going to look like this. It's pretty straightforward. It doesn't have a lot of steps. Okay. So the first thing I want to tell you is the website that you're going to go to, and it's pretty direct. It's covidtests.gov. And the gov is GOV for government because it's a government initiative. covidtests.gov. That's where you start out, okay? So I want to go through this page a little bit before we just click on order free at-home tests. So first of all, this is just the information. So every home in the US is eligible for 4 free at-home COVID-19 tests. So that's 2 sets of those 2 test kits. If you've done a rapid test kit, you know there's 2 in the kit. So you get 2 kits of 2, which is 4. And it's good to just go ahead and order them now, and then you can hold on to them if you get exposed, if you have a situation where you need to test because you're going to see a family member who might be high risk. It's good to have them on hand. Okay, if you scroll down on this, you'll see links to where you can get free PCR tests. So the PCR test is the test that you go and get and send out, and they give you your results back. The tests that you'll be getting in the mail are rapid at-home tests, which are the ones that you can get results from in 15 to 30 minutes. So those are ones that you're going to administer on your own. And my plan is that once I get my rapid test from the government, that I will actually show you how to do one during a tech talk, because they can get a little confusing. And I know if you haven't done one before, it was difficult for me the first time I did it. So I want to give you, you know, the the model of how you can do it, just to make it more straightforward for you. So once I get mine, we will be doing that. There's information here about insurance reimbursement if you have to purchase at-home tests. Again, if that's something you needed to do, you can look at that information. And then some general information about these tests. So if you've done a rapid test before, then you sort of know this already, but these are rapid tests, not the PCR. They're not the ones that are sent out. They take about 15 to 30 minutes. They work whether or not you have COVID symptoms, which is important. You could be asymptomatic, so you could have no symptoms at all, but still you can use the test. And if you have COVID and you should get a positive result. They work whether or not you're vaccinated. And they're also referred to as self-tests or over-the-counter tests, at-home tests, rapid tests, all of these things. And this too tells you when are the good circumstances to take these tests. So if you have any sort of symptoms like a fever, a sore throat, a runny nose, loss of taste or smell isn't as big with Omicron, but if that happens, it's worth taking a test. Or 5 days after you've come in contact with somebody who has tested positive. And again, too, if you're going to gather with a group of people, especially if somebody is high risk. So this is good, especially, you know, if you're caring for a relative or you're seeing, you know, a parent or aunt or uncle or someone who you haven't seen in a while, but you do want to make sure beforehand that you are testing negative. And remember, in these situations too, still try and wear masks as much as possible. Just because you test negative doesn't mean, you know, you still want to be wearing a mask in situations where you otherwise would be wearing a mask anyway. The other thing I want to point out here is that you can translate this page into Spanish and Chinese as well. So if it's easier for you to read in those languages, it's here for you. And that's up in the corner here. Okay, we're going to click on order free at-home tests. This takes you to the Postal Service website. This is a sort of partnership between the federal government and USPS. So don't be alarmed if you end up on the USPS site. That's where you're supposed to be, because they're the ones that are sort of facilitating the sending of these. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and enter your contact information. I would suggest entering an email address, because if you do, you don't have to, but if you do enter an email address, then you will get a email when your order has shipped. Okay. I have not gotten that email yet. So I will tell you when my order ships. Again, we'll wait on it until we can do the tech talk where we can practice testing. All right, and then you're going to put in your shipping address. One thing I want to point out here is it's really, really important that you put your apartment number if you have one. And the reason that is if you just put your building number, if anyone else in your building has ordered tests, they'll say that you've already ordered your 4 free tests. So just make sure your apartment number is on there. You want to make it really specific to where you live because your household qualifies for 4 free tests. So just make sure that information is in there. Okay. And once you've done that, you're going to say check out now. It's going to tell me I haven't entered my data. But once you do that, it'll just have a little confirmation thing. It'll be one confirmation button that says confirm. And that's it. That's all it takes. If you put an email address in, they'll say, it's on its way. All right. And if you put an email address in, you'll get an email immediately that confirms that you just made that order. So really, it's basically there's 3 steps. That's it. That's all it takes. Some people, like I've ordered them. I can't remember. I think I ordered them on the 1st or 2nd day that you could order them. And I haven't gotten them yet. The shipments, some of them are kind of delayed. They're supposed to be shipping out at the end of January. So the past couple of days is when they should have started shipping out. So my fingers are crossed that I may have them in time for next week's Tech Talk. But I will let you know that. So don't be discouraged if it takes a second for them to get here. This is a big project. You should be able to get them relatively quickly, but it might be a week or 2. And again, too, just notice here that when you go to check this out, it'll say $0. You shouldn't have, there's no reason why you would pay for these. These are free. They're meant to be free. If you test positive, this will show you what the latest CDC guidance is for you. Testing negative. So they also give you information on how you can test multiple times in a row especially if you're symptomatic, just to make sure that you remain negative or you're still coming up as negative. And another thing I want to tell you too, prior to me being able to do the Tech Talk where we do this in person, where I'll get very far into it, is if you do receive these tests or you have rapid tests from another source at home right now and you're using them, please, please, please make sure that you are looking at the instructions, you're reading the instructions to make sure that you're getting as accurate a result as you possibly can. And we'll go over that, like I said, when we do the Tech Talk on it as well. I really encourage everybody to order these free tests. If you want to share this link with your friends or your family, I encourage you to do that too. You can just go either on your phone or on the computer and just copy the website. All right, so you click it and go to copy. You can put it in your text messages. You can email it to somebody. You just go to your text messages or your email and you click on it and hold and hit paste. So I really do, everybody can get these. Every household can get 4 of these. There's no reason not to get them. And there's no reason not to have them on hand in case you ever need them, even if you don't feel like you need them right now.